Hey everyone, and welcome to the Vegan Trinity. I'm Trinity, and thank you so much for tuning back in. So as you can see, there's a little bit of a change of scenery. I am working on a raw vegan organic farm, so we might be doing outside episodes. Let me know if that's something you guys like. Let me know if the noise is okay. Just your feedback is very appreciated. I think a nice outdoor setting could be nice, but please, you guys are the deciding factor, so do let me know. Okay, today's episode will be on the environmental implications regarding veganism. So I found that this particular topic of veganism is one that's talked about the least, even within myself. So I am excited to be shedding some light on this. So I'll first off start with some statistics. Nearly half of all of the water in the United States goes toward raising animals for food. Most of this water is used to grow crops for the food that the animals eat. A vegan diet requires about 300 gallons of water per day to feed the person, and that is compared to the 4,000 gallons of water that are required for someone who is eating meat every single day per person in the United States. Now, by 2050, it's hypothesized that there will be 10 billion people walking the earth. And with this exponentially growing global rate of population, we will not have anywhere near enough resources to support and sustain life for all beings. We're struggling now, and with our growing rates of consumption and growing rates of reproduction, it's not looking great at all. So we must make change. More than 260 million acres of U.S. forests have been cleared to create cropland to feed animals. This is not even the land the animals take, but merely the land it takes for them to eat. Now, another statistic, 70% of grain grown within the U.S. is for animals, not even for human beings. Think of world hunger. If this food was reappropriated properly, this could largely impact the ways in which the world received food, especially for people who don't have enough to eat. So raising animals for food generates more greenhouse gases than all of the cars and all of the trucks in the world combined. So, I'll explain why this is. Methane from animals such as cows, chickens, goats, sheep is produced in their digestion process. They're often on factory farms and other farms in general. They are often fed foods like grains that are not proper for their digestive system. So, for example, cows, they're made to be eating grass, but they're often eating grains and different filler foods just to fatten them up. So, cows and several other animals, mostly all animals, produce enormous amounts of greenhouse gases such as methane and different emissions that are warming up our planet and causing for climate change. On average, every single American eats roughly 260 pounds of meat every single year. Of course, there are exceptions like me, maybe like you, who are not eating even an ounce of meat any year. But on average, even including our rates of consumption, us meaning vegans or people who aren't eating flesh, on average, 260 pounds of meat annually. This needs to decrease to 0. We need to eradicate flesh from our diets and save this home that we all share. Animal agriculture is the number one cause for climate change, so we must make these changes, and we must make them immediately. We have no time to decide that it's inconvenient for us. We have to make these changes. A very, very important quote that I have found that I've loved for a long time now, because it puts it into perspective very well. We are quite literally gambling with our future for the sake of hamburgers. It shows how trivial it is that we're not making these changes we need to, and immediately. So I'll close out with another fundamental quote. This one is by James Cameron. You can't call yourself an environmentalist while still eating meat. It's very true, and this video deeply explains all of the reasons why. I trust that everyone watching can agree and can understand. Please let me know in the comments your thoughts. Let me know if you've learned anything new. And thank you so much for tuning in. I truly hope that this information deeply impacted you. And I'll catch you next week. In the meantime, go vegan.